All right, let's get to it. So let's just add some here. We got a widgets, which is an array. So let's just say we have load widgets here. We'll keep that. We'll just keep them simple. We'll have add. We'll have remove. Update. Cool, so this is how we'll add a widget. This thing will take a widget here. And let's just work on this one. No. So anybody remember what we can use to add things to an array? Keep it immutable. Spread, yeah. We can spread it. So what we can do is we can say this dot widgets equals an array of this dot widgets and a widget. This dot widgets. There we go. Not too bad. It's the exact same thing of going like this. Dot concat with this dot widgets with an empty array with the widget in it. It's the same thing. Cool. And then for remove, we'll take a widget as well. Let's do this. And then for remove, how could we do this? What's one way? We did it in the Babel playground. Anybody remember?
Slice. Filter.
Filter. We could use slice, but it'll be more work. So yeah, we could say this dot widgets equals this dot widgets dot filter widgets. I guess I should change this to, we'll change this one. Underscore widget. And we're going to return if underscore widget dot ID does not triple equals the widget dot ID. Actually, I don't need the return there, sorry. See what I'm doing there? So I'm just going to filter out anything. I'm just doing inverse. So if it doesn't equal the widget ID, then continue. If it does, get rid of it. Actually, let me change this name. Maybe that's confusing there. Current widget. And I'll break these out. So I'll just wrap these in parentheses too, if that still looks funny. So this is a function. This is the argument callback. Cool. And then now for update, same thing, take a widget. And then the first thing we need to do is get a reference to the location of the widget that we're trying to update. So we can do this by index, and that'll be this dot index of, and we can actually use index of this time because we already have a reference to the widget and it's not a new object. Oops, this dot widgets dot index of widget. So that should give us the index. It should be the same object in memory. Whereas I couldn't do this before because I was like using numbers or something, or I created a new object. So we got the index, so that's the location of the place that we want to update. And then now our update would be probably the second argument here, which will be like the update, whatever that is, whatever object that may be. That'll be our update payload. And then what we do is we would say this dot widgets equals a new array. That will this dot widgets dot splice 0 up to the index, not including, exclusive. And then our update, we can't just drop the update in there because the update probably is just going to include the newer properties that we want to update to and not the entire object. So if we drop the update in there, it would actually just wipe out a lot of stuff. So we want to do object.assign. The update to the current item at that index, which would be this dot widgets at index to a blank object.
Scott,
Yes.
heads up, you've got update misspelled in your.
Update. Thank you.
Unpaid.
So we would do that for that one, and then we'd put the remaining. Oops, I put splice, didn't I? Totally wrong. Y'all should have called me out on that. Slice index +1. I see some faces like, huh, what is it? Pretty funky.
That looks awesome, I reckon.
This is modern JavaScript.
This is JavaScript. All right, so yeah, this is how we would do this statically. Obviously, we have a server that we have to interact with, so we got to think about that. So this obviously, we're just forgetting about that right now. I just wanted to go over the examples of like how we would do it. Did everybody at least get to this? Kind of. Okay. So now, let's do this. Okay, for the sake of time, we'll spend the next 10 minutes of converting over this, or what we have, to interact with the backend too. And then whatever we get done, we'll get done. I'll finish and push it up so Lucas can continue with his because he's got the good stuff. So now let's actually add this to where it works with the server. So on add, we're actually just not going to push to our local state here, obviously. We need to go to the server here. So what we will do is we would return this dot, or actually, what we can do is we can say this dot HTTP, what's the URL? Oh, base URL. Dot post base URL, and the body that we want to post, a widget, and then the headers, which is already there, thankfully. So we're going to post that. Oh, no underscore. Okay. So that's going to give us an observable. So now we can come down here and we can say map JSON, or yeah. Stop it. I'm just about to just end all linters. Just gonna turn them off, every single linter. So now we want to map over this response and response.json. And then I'm gonna use this method, this operator called do, which is just like, I just wanna just do this one-off method right here, just one-off thing right here. So I'll say do, which will also give me access to the data, or out, in this case, I think it's, yeah, I'll just say data. And what I want to do here is that now I'm going to do this. All right. So this dot widgets equals this dot widgets plus data. And I think for do, I don't think you have to return anything, but I'll just return data just in case. But I think it's fine. I think it just skips over and returns anyway. So that, and then we're done. So now we're ready to use this method in a component somewhere. Any questions on that?
The
It was a little bit ago, but they were asking why do you have to use object.assign instead of just replacing it?
Right, good question. So the reason we had to use object.assign is because I'm assuming that this update object, so let's take a look. Let's imagine that the widget has like these properties on it and ID. So that's the widget right there. But the update only has the name that it wants to update to. So if I were to just replace it, if I were to just put the update in there, then that's all that would be there. It'd be an object with a name property with the update payload, but not the entire original object with the updated values mixed in. So I did object.assign to mix in the updated properties with the original object, so I have the complete object and not just the updated object. But maybe your update method takes the complete object with the updated stuff. If that's the case, then yeah, you can just drop it right in there. But I was assuming that this was immutable and you just created the update and you didn't assign to the original one and pass it in. So it depends on your API. Okay, cool. So we got the add, remove. Let's check this out. We'll just hold that onto that for reference. And then we'll say, return this HTTP dot delete base URL. And I think JSON server will allow us to prepend like IDs and stuff here. Let's see. So we can do that. So we'll just delete that. Dot do or map. Actually, we don't even need map. Yeah, we do. Map response JSON dot do removed. And then for this removed, all I want to do is copy this and put it there. So we're going to filter over our current widgets, grab the current widget, and now this is going to be removed. I think this is going to like break because the server like turns the IDs into strings and stuff, so we might have to like parse in on that, but I'm not going to mess with the details right now. Any questions on this? Again, this is like one way to do it. There's so many ways to do this, especially when we get to, when he talks about NGRX, like this is gonna go out the window. So like, don't get stuck on this, like I need to know this, this is the way. It's just one way. All right, so I think we got a little bit of time. Let's try this one. So update will look something like this. We would just return this dot HTTP dot put the base URL with the body that we want to update. Stringify. Well, I think it takes an ID here. Let's see. I'm not sure how JSON server handles the update. Let's just assume it does it this way. And what we would do would be pass the complete. No, you know what? I think it takes the ID. Let's just assume that. There we go. And then the update thing that we want to pass in. And then the headers. Header.
All caps header.
All caps. Oh, there we go. What was it? Oh yeah, you're right. Thank you. Boom. So now we got that. Now we can come down here and do the same dance. Put that in there. And this would be, oops. This would be removed. So widgets.
No, updated.
Oh yeah, update it, thank you. Update it. So now I can actually just drop it in. So I'm guessing JSON server is going to send back the entire object and not just the updated part. But that depends on your API. So update it. Oh, spelled it wrong again. Cool, so those are all three, the update, remove, and the add. And then we already had the load.
The load doesn't assign to widgets.
So, oh yeah, good question. So the load doesn't assign the widgets, we can just come down here and say do. And then get the JSON. And just say this dot widgets equals the JSON. Or we could just say this dot, oh. Yeah, so this is up to you. Like you can just overwrite it every single time, or you can just be like, you know, I already have some stuff in there. I mean, you will get duplicates if you did this, if you keep calling it. So it's kind of up to you how you want to do this. But note that both ways you're still making a new array. So it's up to you.